Hello, my name is Bojan Mitov, the president of Mitov Software, and in this video we'll demonstrate some of our products and their capabilities. On the screen you can see our website at www.mitov.com, where you can find more information. For this demo we'll start with FireMonkey form application. I have already placed few FireMonkey components, a 3D viewport, round cube, light material and light source, all already arranged for us. We'll add timeline, double click on it, open the timeline editor and dock it. We'll add two real channels. For the first real channel we'll add cubic spline, the same for the second one. For the first one we'll add 2 points for the spline. We'll set value of 10 for the first point, minus 10 for the second point, final value for the period of minus 10, and starting value for the channel of minus 10. For the second channel, for its cubic spline, we'll add 3 points. We'll set different time for the first point and value of 5. Same for the second point and value of minus 5. 10 for the third point, minus 10 for the final point. We also will set initial value of minus 10. Next, we'll add live bindings to the cube to allow us to control it with the timeline for both X and Y position. To make the cube more interesting, we'll play video on it. To do that, we'll add AVI player, an image display, so we can preview the video outside of the cube. For the live material source, we'll add new visual live binding for its texture. We'll connect the first animation channel to the X position, second channel to the Y position, and we'll set the timeline to loop. We also will put the video on loop, so it will play again after the end. We'll connect the video to the image display and to the texture. We also need to select a video to play. We can preview it right inside the component. Let's test it. You can see the video playing inside the cube while it's being animated. Next we'll add another animation. For this one we'll add only one real channel, and again we add cubic spline. We'll add a couple of points. For the first one we'll add value of 80 and minus 20 for the second one. Again we'll add two live bindings for the cube, X and Y rotation. We also add on-click event, and for the animation we'll add multi-sync pin for its start procedure, so we can start the animation with clicking on the cube. We'll set the animation to disabled, rearrange the components. We'll put the start pin with on-click event and the X and Y pins to the animation timeline. We'll make it even more interesting by adding mass effect on one of the axes. To include the effect, we will connect it to the Y input pin of the rotation and the mass itself to the animation timeline. Let's run and test it. You can see that the cube is rotating and wobbling if we click on it. Next, we will make the video more interesting. We will add a swirl effect. We'll connect it to the AVI player and the output to the two displays. Let's run it. You can see the video has been swirled inside the cube. We can preview the effect inside the filter. Next, we'll add some drawing layers over the video. We'll add a gauge. We'll add a fire effect, and we'll associate the fire effect with the gauge. We'll add few controls. We'll add spectrum and ppm meter. We'll set lower order for the spectrum. Connect the gauges to our ppm meter, the waterfall to our spectrum, the audio input of the spectrum to the audio of our video, the video of the drawing layer to the swirled video, and the output of the drawing layer to both displays. For our matrix display, we'll add external image display and we'll hook the swirled image to it. Finally, we connect the ppm meter to the audio of the file. Let's test the application. You can see that all of the elements of the application are working properly. We have ppm meter in both controls, we have waterfall, we have effects inside both the cube and our image display, and we are displaying video inside the LED matrix. Next, we'll add image display inside our Angor gauge. We'll make it bigger and we'll set it to stretch. We can also add a clock, a thermometer, and an LED. We'll connect the newly added image display to the process video, and we'll connect the clock to the progress of the playing video file. Let's test this. You can see that it is all working properly. We have the video playing as background, we have the thermometer and the clock working accordingly. We can also add more layers to the LED matrix. As example, we can add a digital clock and a thermometer. Again, everything is working properly together. To briefly look at some of the demos included with the libraries. Here are some of the Audiolab demos. They include symbol player, audio display, audio processing, audio recording, audio generation, audio mixer.
On the next Scene Adventure.
What's in that tune that would drive?
Custom filters which allow you to edit audio inside your code by handling events, audio compression, volume monitoring, plotting wave data, and playing the file.
Good and evil reunite.
My spirit has been trapped here in this tomb.
VST plugins, including VST3,
Scene Adventure.
What's in that tune that would drive me to murder?
Scene.
VideoLab has simple video player, video filters, geometric transformations, various ways to combine video, including effects such as picture-in-picture. The library supports alpha channel, so we can have alpha transparency. Of course, custom filters, where we can edit the data inside code in many different ways. Capturing bitmap for processing. Video histogram. Processing bitmaps. Creating video file from bitmaps. Transparent colors, including simple chroma key effect. FreeFrame plugin supports, FreeFrame GL plugin supports, video compression, custom painting cover video from inside the code, vector scope, remap filters, video effects with drawing layers, and many more filters, effects, plugins and features of VideoLab. Here are a few demos from Signal Lab. Signal generation, low pass filter, forward and reverse Fourier, Lissajous figures, custom filters, creating and managing data inside code, and many others. Quick look at the Vision Lab demos. It is a library for computer vision, a canny edge detection, Hawk lines and segments, Hawk circles, finding contours, both inner and outer, and their bounding rectangles, target tracking with optical flow, phase detection, robust features, people detection with Hawk, active background subtraction, chamfer matching contours, and video layers integration of the computer vision components. Allowing you to create computer vision applications without writing a single line of code, just by connecting open wire pins. A very brief look at one of the artificial intelligence demos of Intelligence Lab, using RBF classifier to train and recognize faces of different people. You can see that we have attempted to recognize the faces based on this training on the left. Again, a very brief look at a couple of the Instrument Lab demos, the progress bar, SEM Engages, Spectrum Display, Matrix Display, Composite Components, and many other demos and components included in our instrumentation lab. A look at a visual live binding demo for database applications. In this case we have database component connected with variety of other components, and this application contains 0 lines of code. Let's run the application. You can see that we can control in many different ways many of the controls, and that does not require any code. This application was created just in few minutes. OpenWire Studio is a graphical development environment that does not require any coding. You can create, develop and run complex video, audio, digital signal processing, computer vision, artificial intelligence, Boolean logic and many other types of applications with it. It includes advanced debugging, and live editing functionalities. Allowing you to modify the design as it runs. With full undo redo functionality. Available even on the running design. We're also working to fully integrate OpenWire Studio with Delphi, allowing you to use OpenWire designs directly from inside your Delphi project. Visuino is a special OpenWire Studio version that allows you to visually program Arduino boards. Once when you have created the design with the available components, you can generate, compile and upload a sketch to Arduino. We're working to integrate this product with the rest of our products and with Delphi as well. This concludes this extremely brief overview of some of our products and their functionalities. Here is the list of our current products. They include VideoLab, Video Processing Library, AudioLab, Audio Processing Library, SignalLab, Digital Signal Processing Library, VisionLab, Computer Vision Library, PlotLab, Data Visualization Library, InstrumentLab, Visual Instrumentation Library, Intelligence Lab, Artificial Intelligence Library, Logic Lab, Boolean Logic Library, Animation Lab, Universal Animation Timeline-Based Library, Visual Live Binding, Universal Visual Live Binding Library, Me2Frontime, a free Delphi library, OpenWire Studio, which we saw, a graphical development environment for Windows, Visuino, a graphical development environment for Arduino. We also maintain two open source libraries, OpenWire, and iGDI Plus. Please visit our website, download and enjoy our products. Thank you for listening.